Hello, my name is Tina Gote and I'm doing my discussion post on teacher observations. I work at a Dodea school. It's a multi-dimensional approach to performing teacher observations that help administrators align observations with elements for proficiency ratings. It appears to be an adopted version of the Marzano approach to evaluate teacher performance. And the main focus is to measure the quality of teaching. We use evidence-based strategies and resources to engage students to ensure that we're meeting the learning objectives and improve performance. The teacher that I observed in the video was Heather Fox. Her post-reform lesson of 2005 presented by Powerful Teaching and Learning. The Marzano approach, just to recap, is the instructional strategies, reviewing the classroom and management, and the assessment portion. My school does do an extended version of this with more detail specifics that they're looking for as well, which I'll go over briefly. So under the instructional category, Ms. Fox, she introduced a new topic with a good recap from the previous lesson with the activities. She helped her students to identify important information to begin to support the understanding of the next concept as she transitioned into the next unit. She explained why the content, to build that understanding, how the content is related from one to the another and how they're going to fill in the gap in between. She explained, I think it would be beneficial to ensure that the learning goals are posted. She did mention them during the lesson, but to ensure that she's meeting the content standards that are required by my school, they should be posted and actually referenced in the beginning of the lesson. In addition, the learning goal was phrased in the form of a question, which helped to support the thought processes to support the student reflection on the previous content that's learned, which gave the opportunity for the group to later collaborate on how they think the next lesson, what the next topic is going to be about, which was introduced by the teacher. What I would have liked to have seen was to ensure that students are more engaged, presenting questions to the class, just to get them a little bit more involved. But overall, the presentation was very thorough, it was clear, and it supported the previous learning with the understanding of what is coming next. Again, from my school, it is definitely necessary to have the content standards visible and stated as an expectation. For her classroom, the overall was positive engagement. She had eye contact, she walked around the room. She used a very nice, clear tone, and she reminded the students of the procedure. So as she transitioned into the group activity, she walked around and ensured that everybody was on task. I believe that this gave also an opportunity for her to apply differential instruction if necessary, and then be able to you can see that she started to hone in onto little groups towards the end of the video. So if I had the opportunity to continue to observe her, what I would like to have seen was more of an assessment process to ensure that the understanding, or to gauge what the class knowledge. And she gave a lot of information, which clearly was relevant with the activities they already participated in. But as an observer, we're not really sure what happened in the previous class, or we don't know how much time has passed between that lesson and this lesson. So it would be important to kind of get those juices flowing again in the student's mind, and let them share some of that information. So my question would be, how did she assess the student knowledge during the lesson? So I'm sure in the extended version, we would see more of those things. But in the clip that we did see, unfortunately, it was not evident. So I would provide the additional resources, some little tips to how to get that quick assessment in the beginning where, maybe have them define the word or explain what they learned, or maybe have one or two people share some of their initial thoughts before breaking into the group sessions. So as a possible suggestion or any feedback, but overall, it's important that the standards are clear from the beginning, as well as they're visible. The students should always know exactly what the content is, and to keep them building. And I really liked how she transitioned that information from the previous lesson and could just continue to build on the knowledge that they've gained so far. Okay, that would conclude the information that I had presented. Thank you so much. Have a great day.